All right, let's continue to this now. The Department of Education in the Northwest says bullying at schools has become a hindrance for many learners to access education across the province. This as the Department of Basic Education revealed that more than 500 bullying incidents were reported in the first term of the 2025 school calendar. Out of those cases, 78 incidents were reported in the Northwest. SABC reporter Thabang Moratlo and video journalist Mzwake Shabalala spoke to the provincial education spokesperson to elaborate further on this matter.
Good day to you and the viewer at home. The Department of Basic Education announced that more than 500 incidents of bullying were reported at schools across the country. Now, these reports were made in the first term of the 2025 school calendar year. Out of those cases, 78 of them were reported here in the Northwest. One of the schools where incidents were reported and where police are reportedly called now and again to come and intervene is here in Situmo Secondary School, which is situated in Majamansu village in Mahikeng. Now, to elaborate further on the cases that are experienced in the province, we are joined by the Department of Education's provincial spokesperson, Mphata Molokwane. Mr. Molokwane, thank you very much for joining us here at SABC and for availing yourself. More than 70 cases were reported. Can you just tell us where these incidents were reported?
Indeed, it's true that 78 cases were reported in the province, and majority of these cases were reported in Klerksdorp, the area of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, followed by Bojanala, then Dr. Ruth Mpati. I can only mention few of those schools. Let's secondary school in Lekhabile in Breds is one of those schools which MEC also went to that school last week, whereby she made some interventions where we even seen community members coming on board to assist the Department of Education by providing security personnel within the school.
So, which ages are mainly affected in these cases of bullying?
We have seen that majority of these cases are ranging between the age of 13 to the age of 18, whereby majority of these learners are in secondary school.
In terms of the investigations maybe conducted by the department regarding these cases, what could be the causes of bullying in schools?
Majority of these cases that are reported, we have seen that the major concern or the effect that brings bullying into our schools is mostly led by learners who are always at school, being busy to other schools. We experience bullying during break or their lunchtime and even after school, whereby other learners will take that thing to their peers and also form gangs. That's why we mainly see gangsterism happening in our schools across the province. So that on its own, as the province, we are trying our level best to work with our other stakeholders like SAPS to combat crime-related activities within our schools.
Okay, you're mentioning that you're working with other departments like the SAPS, for instance. What other programs have you implemented in terms of ensuring that there's no panic with regards to the safety of learners or even educators at schools?
We do have anti-bullying campaigns within our schools, whereby as the province, we are also being led by the National School Safety Framework, which highlights that each and every school must have a code of conduct whereby all these learners will know how to conduct themselves and what disciplinary actions can be taken against them when they are not doing what the school expects them to be doing while they are at school. Because mainly as the Department of Education, we want to provide safety before everything, before we conduct teaching and learning. Each and every child in the school premises must feel that the school is a safe environment because they are always at school most of their time.
Are you also working with parents to ensure that, what I wanted to understand is that your programs of intervention, do they also include parents whereby they understand that the consequences that will come out of bullying if maybe their children are involved in such activities?
Parents are major stakeholders in these campaigns because they are the ones who are staying with kids, and they must also conduct thorough investigations, more especially when a child comes home and indicates that I'm being bullied at school. So the parent must also be in charge of making sure that she brings the matter to the school, so that as the Department of Education, we know that we are collaborating fairly with parents, because some of these learners who are bullying other kids, their parents, they don't know that these are the kind of attitude or the kind of behavior they are conducting themselves within the school premises. So the Department of Education is working tirelessly with parents and the SGBs as they are representing parents within the schools.
In terms of understanding what could have led the children to behave or have certain attitudes, are you not working with departments like social developments, who will mostly maybe come in and offer services like counseling for learners?
We do offer counseling to our victims, which is learners within the schools, and we also give moral regeneration to our learners, also those who are bullying others. That bullying, as the Department of Education, we are not condoning it, and more also as the department, we try very hard to work with those who have been perpetrators, so that they can also know that bullying is not allowed within our schools.
Thank you very much for your time. That is the Department of Education's provincial spokesperson, Mphata Molokwane, elaborating further on programs that are implemented to address issues of challenges that are brought by bullying across the province in schools. For now, it's back to you in studio.